Hello, everybody. My name is William Dorian. I'm the CEO and founder of Dorian Frame. My contact information is on the bottom right there. I'm going into my sophomore year as a mechanical engineer student at the University of Iowa. There we go. What do? Dorian Frames fills empty space with something personal. We create custom glass-etched frames as well as other glass-etched products for the average consumer, and also a direct focus on other companies and organizations to supply to their customers. As you can see here are a few examples. The value we offer to all customer segments. Dorian Frame creates quality glass-etched products that are promised to be loved and cherished. We hold this value to very deeply to always assure quality and happiness when it comes to being a Dorian Frame customer. Here's 3 more examples of our wine products. What products do we offer and what are they really? Right here, you can see we offer 2 types of bottles and any size frame. Right now, that is what we offer, and one day we're hoping to expand to further products as we learn more about our market. For the bottles, they can be etched on both sides. They can be truly anything, logo and image, text, whatever you see fit. And then for frames, the etching is overlaid over the image onto the glass of the frame. And it can truly be anything also, as long as it's customized to the user. So who are we targeting right now and how? We have 3 main focuses: weddings, dealerships, and schools. Weddings can vary to a lot of different categories, as you can target the venues, the florists, and the planners, or the couples themselves. These are all targets that are interested in the frames, the bottles. They can be used on truly any occasion. Dealerships, although it is an odd one, can be targeted to allow a service. So say you're at a dealership, you and your wife are buying your first car. And with that car, the dealer takes an image, picture of you with your new car. And then they send you a frame in the mail to celebrate it. They get branding for themselves, and they also get to cherish their new customers. And then schools, we're targeting in 2 ways. We want to target the school itself, get into the school, possibly offer graduation images or maybe awards. The school is one. And then we also want to target the school photography companies that come in year round and take photos of the school teams, this graduation and things like that, where the student takes a packet home to mom and dad and they say, hey, here are the options I have in the category or the catalog. And we would like to become a supplier for that catalog and be an option for the family to choose from. We also have other focuses and future ideas we want to further look into before we make it official and kind of get deeper into it. We also think about Greek life in colleges, veterinarian offices, funeral homes, gift shops, and that's only a few. So where are we starting? We're currently finishing up customer discovery and insight to learn how to get into these fields and if it is appropriate to act on our target market. Through customer discovery, we have chosen those 3 target markets, as you've seen before, from talking to our target. And we have future ones we'd like to indulge on later on this year. We hope to finish up customer discovery by the end of this month. And then we want to start by creating a professional and informative PDF for each of these customer segments to interest partnerships and bring a sense of trust to the deals and services being offered. After that, we execute. We start to reach out to these specified places with their PDF and an option to view a mock-up of the design that would fit their situation, understand the product they are buying better. Say I reach out to a dealership and the dealership wants to know, oh, what is really your product? After reading the PDF, they're a little bit interested. You want to show them a mock-up and show them the sense of trust in what they're really buying. We'll be acquiring customers and beginning finding possible partnerships later on in this year. Are there competitors? Of course. We are currently still learning of new competitors in the space of targeting our main 3 customer segments. with these customer segments, there are always going to be products that kind of add the same sense of feeling we do, but maybe not the same value. We do know that some of our products are offered through sites like Etsy, where some of our base already do shop. We're still learning of new competitors during our customer discovery stage. Where are we today? Dorian Frame has been standing for about a year long. Currently, we do sales to a general customer segment through our website. During this fall, we will likely switch our platform to Etsy to focus on a new partnership type business explained before. So that means we're taking our products off of our website, getting rid of the website, and strictly using Etsy as a side income side. Yeah. And then, so that means we're going to be focusing on these partnerships / service where we can scale it better and get more deals. We plan to gain multiple of these agreements and services before the end of the year. Even with COVID-19 halting some of our customer segments, such as schools, weddings, maybe even dealerships, we still plan to look to these companies and start talking. Our funds will be focused on creating a stunning PDF and retrieving long-lasting customers using us as a year-round service. How can you guys help? If you know anyone or belong in any of these customer segments listed below, such as wedding services, anyone in the wedding industry, Greek life leaders, anyone that's works at a dealership in sales, the owner himself, or marketing employees, school officials or school photography companies, funeral home employees, and veterinarian office employees, we want to do more customer discovery on and learn if there's a place for us to offer gifts for people in the ends, or maybe leave possible business cards, partnerships, just to look into more. And now here's my listed contact info with our current website if you would like to check that out. And now I will take questions.
All right, any questions?
Hey, Billy, this is David.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know how many have you sold these already?
Yeah, so currently I've sold through Facebook and my website.
Uh-huh.
I've sold about 5 on each and a few in person, aside from those
Sure.
top. So I'd say a total about 15.
Was that before you started the accelerator or during it
That
or
was
what?
before I started the accelerator. I've sold
Okay.
about 2 during the accelerator.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, let us know that you're selling. Also, do you have a sense of from the people that you've sold to that they fit in your market, or did you not have that information?
A few of these sales I have learned a little bit more about. Some not exactly, because they were either just close friends and they're just being like either nice, or you can't really get an idea of how they're feeling towards it. But like the 2 I've sold recently, I sold 2 of the wine bottles,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy bought it for his daughter that's getting married. So he got one with a logo on it and one with like their wedding
Mm-hmm.
information on it. So I learned more about like why he bought it and reasons like that.
Are there any consistent responses from your customers that validate or invalidate your value proposition, like from their own words?
One thing that I do notice is customers do like pre-designed things where they can choose from or add their custom text into something that's already there.
Hmm.
So that's a common thing that if we design it for them, they're more interested in buying. That's kind of an easier thing. Once they see it, they're like, ooh, I like that, instead of them trying to come up with something on their own.
Sure.
So that's an idea. And they do like that it comes out nice and it's quality made, and that they can have it on display.
Thank you.
Is this a sole proprietorship?
Yeah, as of now.
Okay.
Billy, how did you come up with this idea? What's your background? What led you up to this?
So, as a younger kid, probably in high school, I really enjoyed creating things in my garage. And one day, I just decided to use like this little rotary tool to kind of etch glass, and I thought it was awesome. So, like the next day, I blew all my money on a stencil maker, so like a circuit type of thing, if you know what that is. And then I also bought a sandblaster, and I really got into like creating custom designs onto glass. And then I started with this like glass light thing. I thought it was super cool, but it wasn't practical. So then I always thought, oh, what if I etched over a frame? And that's kind of how that started. I was like, wow, these look really nice. These are kind of like great way for me to store photos. I gave some to like my girlfriend, family, and like was getting okay, like positive feedback. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. I should really make something of it.
Billy, can you etch pretty much anything?
Anything made out of glass, and I'm
Right.
still looking into like other things. I've done a ceramic mug before,
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah.
I'm learning more as I go.
Sure. Have you been able to etch on, say, like a plexiglass type
I believe
material?
so. I haven't tried it, but I believe I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's you mentioned on your competition, what's really like, could you go back to that slide?
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't clear to me what the direct competitive advantage that you have over your competition. And that's
Mhm.
not something that you need to address right now, but it's something that I think if you could make more obvious, that would be
Okay.
helpful.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Billy. This is Greg. Congratulations on kind of digging into the whole partnership opportunity, because as a small company, a real craftsman type company, partners will allow you to extend your reach into the marketplace in places you've never known. I thought your target of veterinarians was very interesting, and but my comment would be, go after the people that cremate pets, or think about it, do some customer discovery on pet cremation, because you might be able to establish partnerships with them to have a more personalized last resting place for their beloved pet. And those I just think that would be good. But in general, your activity with partners is really seems like a really great idea.
Yeah, I thought my personal resources and my time and money can be better well spent getting something that's more scalable and something that I can establish a relationship to make more and more sales than choosing to do a website and spending my customer acquisition cost on all that marketing and trying to get people to come to a website then actually buy and keep changing it. Feels like I get a lot more done as of right now.
Sure. Very smart move.
Thank you.
Billy, this is Christy. Have you considered doing etching on like people's own items, like their own personal items, like take them in, kind of have a competitive edge there?
Yeah, I've always thought about adding that option on my website. And so I've actually done my own car window too. So I've always thought, oh, you could totally do people's personal items. So that comes again with the services and things like that. The more I learn about customer discovery, the more I learn that these individuals have frames, they have like cherished things in their offices, maybe awards that can just be etched on. And that can be something I could look into and maybe even offer on my PDF type of thing when I'm inquiring about these companies and trying to partner with them or become a service to them.
Yeah, a lot of awards and things are being shifted to plastic. So that's, if you can figure out if that's a possibility, that'll open up, you know, your opportunities, and also with like museums and things that have those displays.
Hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot of potential. Not to take you away from the gift area that you want to really focus in on, though.
Hmm. Yeah, there's definitely lots of potential that I'm always looking into, and I know.
Billy, with the so with the personal items and things that sort, what is your fail rate? Like, how often do things break on to where you'd have to have people sign a waiver? It might be an award that's very important to them, but what is, how often does something break and you're like, I have to replace this or start over?
So I've never had anything break. The only biggest problem I would have where you would need to replace it is, say, so all of it is based off like me creating it. So I have to center things and make them look as nice as possible. So if I miss center something and I don't realize, or I don't take the time to really go over it, and maybe I miss doing it, and like you give it back to them and it's like what they wanted etched is completely sideways, that ruins their item, that kind of gives it away. So that's a case where I would have to replace it. So that's really on me to provide that quality, and in that case. Other than that, the only other way I see things breaking is during shipping or handling. The etching itself is no danger to the item.
So now I have one more question, and this is just in regards to your car window. Tell me, are you going to keep that car window and replace it when you sell the car, or are you going to sell it with the car? Is it, just curious?
So this is on my 2001 truck. In my opinion, it will probably never get sold, but in a case where I would, I think, so I use it more as like a show truck, like, you know, I have stickers on it, stuff like that, but I etched the logo of the car, so like a Chevy logo, onto the back window. And in my opinion, some people may not like it because you can't see out of the back window as perfectly as you could. So unless someone was buying it for a reason as a show car, I doubt they would want that on there, because, you know, it affects their visibility, you know, things like that. So in my opinion, I would keep it, but I know others, it's not practical.
Yeah, Billy, I'm going to hop on Aaron's first comment. If you do work on someone else's, you know, cherished memorial, you know, award or something, your failure rate has to be 0.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's not, they will tell Facebook, they will tell, and that will end.
Yeah.
But you know, and to your second point, Aaron, you could always put a Tiger Hawk logo on a window, and then that would increase the sale value. You know.
Yeah, I would hope so. You know, everyone in Iowa would want one.
And then you'd have to pay a fine because you would need the rights to put that Tiger Hawk logo on. I just wondered, Billy, did you happen to look at Shutterfly's offerings on etched glass frames?
Yes. So all of their, at least what I've noticed, is all of their etched frames, their etchings are outside of the picture. So that's where we differ. So their frames are either 100% made out of glass, or their etchings are around the picture's like border. They'll have a border. So I haven't seen on Shutterfly where they have the etching overlaid over the photo, and I think that's where we differ.
Right. So you'd be laying something over the image. So to back to Greg's point, one of the things that makes you different is that you're etching the actual glass insert of the frame, rather than like all of your frames are 100% glass with an etched part and a picture part.
Yeah.
So those would be some things to highlight. And I just wondered if the car customization, has anybody stopped you in a parking lot and said, how'd you get that Chevy on your window?
No, I actually haven't talked to too many people about it. I've had it for a little while now, though, and I've always thought about like doing that as a service, but you know, that's also just another idea.
Yeah. There are many in Iowa City, but there's one called Auto Toys down by the Menards and Highway 1, and they're one of the best customization shops in town to do aftermarket things. I'll bet they would be a great source of customer discovery for whether or not that's a service that maybe you could do that they could resell. I know car people love to have anything that someone else doesn't have.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. The thing with this though, it's definitely more permanent than a sticker. So when people choose to do it, they have to be sure they want it on their window, or they're gonna have to replace the whole window, and that's costly.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut off for the interest of time. I'm gonna have to cut off questions here, but I'll ask my final question. What can we as a community do to help you?
Like I said before, if you have any contacts with these listed below,
Mhm.
or if you just want to check out my website, either of those things both help me out.
Okay.
Just email me. My email is right there. You guys have any contacts, anything like that, or have any ideas, I'm open to hear them.
Very nice. All right, leave that up for about 3 more seconds. Everyone take a mental note or a screenshot. And thank you very much.